What is up, everyone? We're trying something new today. Playing Arkham Horror. I got this fancy mount. Hopefully everything's lined up. I'm casting a bit of a shadow. I need some better lighting, but yeah. So for those of you who don't know, card game. I'm not super familiar with the rules. I do have a fancy rule sequence thing, which I will be using a lot. But again, it is sort of a solo game, at least how I'm playing, or you play with a group. So at the same time, who really cares? Just have fun and play the game. So I am playing the start, because I got this starter thing here. And it comes with one campaign, and the start of the campaign is, I need to get used to where the camera is, The Gathering, and I am playing on standard difficulty. I've got my little bag of tokens all set up, which we will get to, and yeah, that's basically that. So, without further ado, I'm going to do some reading, because this game requires a lot of reading. I'm the lead investigator, that's what this token means. I do have the game all set up and ready. Cards set aside, I got water, because lots of talking for this, and hopefully it all works out. Hopefully this video doesn't just go down the pooper, because it looks like crap or something, but we'll see what happens. And you may hear me typing over here off to the side. I got some ambient music playing. Hopefully it doesn't ruin anything. And I'm also keeping notes and messaging people on Snapchat. So, I'm going to get started with the campaign. I've already got the campaign set up. I just got to do some reading. I'm not going to show you the next page because it has spoilers. I will show you, though, my character. I am playing as Roland Banks. I'll put this here if you want to take a look at him. You can see his stats. We got 3, I don't remember what that is, 3 intelligence, 4 strength, and 2 agility. So we're going to be fighting instead of running. He's got 9 health points and 5 insanity points. He's got a tap ability. I don't remember what all this does. We're going to figure this out as we go. So after you defeat an enemy, discover 1 clue at your location. That's actually on here. Yeah, it is a tap ability. Do not cost an action to activate. Tap or flash or whatever. Then he has a star effect, +1 for each clue on your location. +1 what? Oh, and then some rules about deck building, but I'm just using the starter deck. I do have everything already shuffled. We're just gonna go for it. So without further ado, I believe I need to read this monstrosity first to get you all in the mood. Should I turn up this? I don't know how much things are picking up. I'll turn on my ambient music a little more. So, The Ghoul's Hunger. Oh, campaign guide. I don't need to read literally everything. The campaign is called Night of the Zealot. The Ghoul's Hunger, Friday, September 18th, 1925, Arkham, Massachusetts. It is the end of a long, abnormally hot summer. The first hints of autumn beckon, but a heavy heat persists. Relentless, a silent, unspoken anger grips the town. Tempers are short, and in the last week alone, there have been numerous reports of townspeople coming to heated, violent blows with one another over simple misunderstandings. And now a call from James Hankerson. He claims to have found a dismembered body in his barn. Blaming the weather would be too easy. There is something wrong with this town, and not a whole lot this old soothsayer can do to stop the slide. My auguries, I don't know some words, so bear with me, indicate a small group of investigators will soon take note of these strange happenings and set forth to make things right. I'll be watching their progress, but I won't be holding my breath. Alright, I'll read the next part that starts the beginning, part 1, The Gathering. You and your partners have been investigating strange events taking place in your home city of Arkham, Massachusetts. Over the past few weeks, several townspeople have mysteriously gone missing. Recently, their corpses turned up in the woods, savaged and half-eaten. The police and newspaper have stated, that wild animals are responsible, but you believe there is something else going on. You are gathered together at the lead investigator's home to discuss these bizarre events. There is more reading. So we have scenario cards. Well, let's start with the study, actually. So we are in the study currently. You've been investigating the strange events occurring in Arkham for several days now. Your desk is covered in newspaper articles, police reports, and witness accounts. And since we are in here, we can go ahead and discover it. The door to your study has vanished. And this is our little character card to show where we are located. So we are currently in the study. I can see that this side of the board is a little dark, so yeah, we start with 5 resources, by the way, and I need to draw 5 cards for my starting hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it doesn't matter if you guys see these. I don't. That's going to come in handy, but I don't really need that right now. It's starting to come back to me how some of this works. We do have item slots like an RPG, so equipping things does take spots. So that's my hand. I guess we can begin by reading the scenario cards. So what's going on? It's late at night. You are holed up in your study researching the bloody disappearances that have been taking place in the region. A few hours into your research, you hear the sound of a strange chanting coming from your parlor down the hall. At the same time, you hear dirt churning as if something were digging beneath the floor. As you leap to investigate, the door to your study vanishes before your eyes, leaving behind only a solid wall. You are trapped inside your study until you can find another way out. Tutorial. Essentially. I don't remember when stuff gets drawn. I'm guessing round sequence, so we skip Mythos and go straight to investigation. Performing 3 actions. Okay. I'm holding this to where I can read it, and I realize I'm off camera a bit, so I need to be sort of like holding it here. And this I'm keeping off camera, and along with some other things, just to keep the board clean. We know I'm the lead investigator. I'm actually going to put this in my little token bag, because we do not need that. Snapchat break, because I'm great at doing this. Alright, hopefully that ambient music isn't too bad, and my creaky chair. So we're investigating. So from this, there are... trying to think. I don't want to sit here and just go through the book. I believe this is how many clues are at this location. So I guess I should get some, yeah, I do need to get tokens out, don't I? Oh my gosh, I can't grab these tokens. So there are 2 clues at this location. And we need an investigation skill of 2. Crap, what does that mean? It's intelligence, I'm pretty sure. I'm already looking at the Learn How to Play book. I just want to know what that symbol means. Hold on. Intelligence starts with an I, does it not? This is an alphabetical... Oh, if you guys want to see, if you guys want to pause and read anything while I'm doing this. Okay, intelligence is not a keyword. Investigation phase, page 24. Let's try that. Ah, geez. I'm pretty sure it's intelligence, so I don't think I'm going to worry about that. I would say that's a pretty educated guess. So yeah. So it is investigation phase. I'm dropping cards already. It's a good thing I got them all sleeved. Killing the atmosphere, aren't I? So, investigation phase. So we get 3 actions. So I'm going to use 2 of my actions and investigate twice, because we need both of these to move on. No, you know what? Yeah, that's how many clues, because the detective symbol means for however many players. So since I just 1, it's 2. If I was 2 players, it'd be 4, and we would need 4 for this. So that's kind of how the game balances. So we're going to investigate. So when we do an investigation check, we look at our card. I'll put it in view. So my intelligence is 3 right now. I need an intelligence of 2, but I do have to do this. It's like rolling a die. This is my difficulty. It told me to put certain tokens in depending on the difficulty I want. So we do this. Bum 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 bum. Shoot. I had one in my hand, I dropped it. And we get a +1 to our intelligence. So that is 4. So we pass the check. We use an action and get a clue. We'll add that over here into our inventory in the dark corner of the screen. Oh, we're going to do it again, so I might as well do this. Let's get ourselves out of the study before anything bad happens. That's usually how the start of this game goes. 0, and we have 3. We beat the check of 2. So we get both of these. Let me check here. I believe how I played before is if you have enough, you can advance this whenever you want. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, I think that's what the play. Because then I go into the next area and I still have an action left. I believe that's how you do it. I don't know if there's any rules, and I'm not going to sit and go through the rule book. That's how I've played it before. That's how I'm going to play it now. So we're going to go ahead and, speaking of which, I'm able to play any of these. So instead of playing the resources to play this card and use it, I can actually put it down for free as an intelligent point. Or no, intelligence would be this one. This would give me a +1 to intelligence and a +1 to agility. And I can play as many of these as I want. And some of these, like Guts, it doesn't have a resource because this card cannot be played via resources. It can only be put down on skill checks. And then, if it's successful, draw a card. So, you get something happens if your skill check is successful. But we were good, so let's go ahead and move on. So let's flip over Act 1A. And I'll do some reading and try to get this where you can read it as well. You notice that the edges of your newly purchased rug are tattered and mud-stained. Finding this odd, you shift the furniture aside and pull back the rug. To your surprise, you see the door leading out of your study. You slowly turn the knob and the door swings open, revealing your hallway below. You jump through the doorway, landing on your feet on soft dirt. The door to the study slams shut above you. The smell of burning wood fills the narrow hall, intermingled with the scent of rot and decay. Put into play, set aside, blah, blah, blah. Discard each enemy in the study. Gone. Place each investigator in the hallway. Remove the study from the game. So, study is out. Now, here's another fun thing about this game. It does have a map that we go through. So we have a hallway, and it shows what is connected via... It's going to get messy. These symbols shows what it's connected to. So it is connected to the attic, and I'm going to try to organize this in a somewhat coherent way. The cellar and the parlor. I'm going to set my hand over here off to the side. And then you can also see here, this connects to square, which is hallway, and that's how you sort of build the map. I don't know how I'm going to do the later parts of this game unless I get a wider view camera, because I remember Act 3 gets wild. Getting a drink of water. So, with that being said, we're in the hallway. Let's read this first. Oh, these clues are gone, by the way. We have used them. Actually, I might need them for the hallway. I'm just going to place them here for now. Alright. A glowing barrier blocks the path to your parlor. As you move toward it, intense heat forces you to back away. Picking up a handful of dirt, you toss it at the barrier and watch in horror as the dirt incinerates. Perhaps there's something in the cellar or attic that can help. Objective: when the round ends, investigators in the hallway may, as a group, spin the requisite number of clues to advance. We need 3. Hallway. Even though we got a description, I'll read more. A moment of panic and disorientation strikes as you land upon the floor of the hallway. The world spins as if turned on its head. No clues. The walls of your house are splattered with mud and your hardwood floor is gone, replaced with a dirt path. I'll read the parlor just because it's interesting. Even though it kind of touched on it in our act card. The entrance to the parlor is blocked by a dark glowing unfathomable barrier. You cannot move into the parlor. You are unsure what would happen if you tried to cross the threshold of the strange barrier, but based on its extreme heat, you sure as hell don't want to try it. I do want to try it, actually. We're going to place this off to the side for now. And let us begin. Oh, I'm going to pet this cat real quick. There's a cat under my desk, and it's clawing me. Okay. I was trying to be nice. Shows what I... Teach me to be nice again, I guess. So, I get one action, and usually at this point when I play the game, I use the action to traverse to either the attic or the cellar. We're going to be like Dora. Tell me which one you would like to go. The cellar! Thank you for that choice. And if you guessed this, and if you wanted to go to the cellar, you're welcome. If you want to go to the attic, I'm not going to record another version of this. Although there are multiple endings, depending on how things go, so maybe we could play this some more. Or I could get some friends and we can do co-op. But anyway, so we still got 5 resources, which is good. We're going to move to the cellar. And that's going to use our last action. I gotta remember to put this where the camera can see it. The stairs leading down to your cellar are slick and they glisten with a thin layer of ice. Love the artwork on this horror stuff. Very well done. Forced. After you enter the cellar, take 1 damage. No! Okay. So, your cellar seems to have been replaced with an underground network of icy tunnels, caverns, and the cold chills you to the core. So we took a damage. By the way, I got a bag of all my tokens, as any gamer would have. So how damage works is there's 2 ways we can lose, and that doesn't necessarily mean we die and we're out of the game. We can move on, but we start the next round with a set amount of damage based on how we lose. So, we got 9 health, 5 insanity, or whatever you want to refer to it as. So we take 1 point of damage. So if we get 9 of these on my guy, we lose. 5 of those we go insane and also lose. So we technically have 2 health bars. So I will set that over here. I do have the heart on it. I guess you can kind of see it. It's hard though. That corner is dark and I apologize. I'm just doing the center ceiling fan light that I have. So this has 2 clues on it, and I kind of regret coming here already because I guess I would need to eventually. 1, and the 2. Because that is 4 intelligence. And that is a tough check to get currently, in my current state. But that's the end of my turn. So we go to the enemy phase. No enemies, no problem. Upkeep, we reset actions. Oh, when you run out, you're supposed to do the black and white. It means you're out of actions. But since it's just me, I don't think that's necessary. But for everyone's viewing ability, we will flip it and be good boys. Ready all exhausted cards. Nothing's exhausted. Each investigator draws 1 card and gains 1 resource. Each investigator checks hand size, discard down to 8 cards. We started with 5 cards, which I already saw. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a resource. And by draw a resource, I'm going to replace these 3 with a 3, and then give myself 1. Clean this up a tad bit. And then I also draw a card, and that puts me at 6. And we drew Manual Dexterity. Max 1 committed per skill test, that's agility. So I don't know if I'm really going to use that unless I'm really running from something. This asset would be nice. Whether I want to use an action for it, or I could just use it for straight up intelligence. Or I could do that. I'm pretty sure you can do that as much as you like. Do not cost an action to activate. Yeah, that's how I played it. So I could spend as many resources as I want and buff myself. None of these. This gives me intelligence. Oh, it's the flashlight. Spend 1 supply, investigate your location, gets -2 shroud. That's the shroud. It's an intelligence check, but technically the areas have shroud. I'm probably going to equip this. I don't have to discard because I do have 6. Round sequence. I'll get better and faster at this. I just got to get back into this. But we go to the Mythos phase, which begins with, I'm going to set this here for now. I doubt you guys can read that. We add a doom counter, so we are at 1 doom out of 3. That's when bad stuff happens. So there's an ending here that we can get with choices, and an ending here, which would be the bad ending. And then, of course, the dying endings. I actually think if we just straight up die, that's the end period, but there's different endings to read in the thing. I need to get going. I don't know how much memory, and I don't want this to be insanely long. I don't care if it is. I mean, if you're down for the adventure, so am I. I love a good adventure. Anyway, advance agenda if doom threshold is satisfied. It is not. 1 out of 3. Each investigator draws 1 card from the top of the encounter deck. That is another balancing thing. So this is where things get bad, though. So we're going to reach over out of the encounter deck for this campaign. Let the camera focus, and our card is Dissonant Voices. Terror. Revelation. Put dissonant voices into play in your threat area. I don't know where that is. I tell you what, I'm going to put the cellar here. This is going to be my threat area. I got to do something here, because this is getting a little messy already. Forced. At the end of the round, discard dissonant voices. Oh, you cannot play assets or events. That sucks. And it lasts for 1 whole round. At least it's not an enemy, so we don't have to do any fighting. But it does kind of hinder us a bit. So no assets or events. And this would be an asset. I don't know if you can read that, but it's an asset, event, asset. Skill check, and a skill check. Now, I can still use them for skill checks. I just can't pay the resources and actually play the card itself. So, that sucks. I was just saying I wanted to do the flashlight. Now we get our 3 turns. We're in the investigation phase. And no idea. I could risk pulling a +1 out of the bag, which I'm probably going to do. Because I'm here. I don't want to use 2 actions to move all the way to the attic. That sucks. Is there anything worth discarding for intelligence? Not that. I might just do this and risk it. But if I pull a -1, that's going to suck. So we're going to do a shroud check. So I'm pretty sure that uses intelligence. The other one's willpower, I'm pretty sure. It definitely isn't willpower. Let me whip out the rules reference, shall I? I believe I would want the keyword shroud, right? I believe that would give me what I'm looking for. So happy this came with this. Of course it didn't. Why would it give me the keyword shroud? Intellect. A skill test puts you... I'm pretty sure it's an intellect test. Oh, wait. Hold on. Was that a search? Maybe that was it. No, it isn't. Hot dog. This is the kind of stuff I should have figured out before playing. Investigate. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P. Investigate action. Is an action investigators may take during his turn to investigate. Each time the investigator takes this action, he or she makes an intellect test. Oh my gosh, was that hard to find? Thank you. So it is an intellect test. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to discard. We're just going to hope we get a +1, which is extremely stupid, but we are playing on standard difficulty. That's good, actually. So what this is, the blue symbol, that is our ability. Ta-da! +1 for each clue on your location. So that would be the skill check. Now we know what that means. So I get 2, which puts me at 5, and we get the clue. Ba-da-bum! I'm just going to set it up here for reference. I don't know if that's easier to see or not, the doom in that. We're going to go again. And then I have 2 actions left after that. Bam! -4. That sucks. So that means we're going to use our last action. Don't you dare jump up on this table. The cat's like off the side of the desk getting ready to jump up. Don't do it. I kind of want her to do it, but at the same time, I don't want my board messed up. I know what she's trying to do. We got this little hammock stuck to the window, and she uses the desk to get up. Let me solve the cat issue. Okay, she ran away. I tried to pick her up and help her. So, never mind. Guess you aren't getting up here then. And this is why I don't try to be nice. It's not worth it. Alright. So, I'm pulling another one out. Our third action is another investigate, and we get +1! Yay! That's pretty good. Bag is away for now. So we get the +1, that's 4. We pass the check. Boom, we're killing it. So we got to get another clue out of the attic. That's all my actions, so that's going to be that. We're going to flip the card. I'm still in the cellar. Maybe I can just set it like on the cellar, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to need an equip area too. I just kind of threw this together. We'll see how it performs and what people think. So please leave comments on what you think of this format of video. I do enjoy card games, so I would love to play more. No enemies, so we're good. Upkeep, reset actions. Flip my boy back over. Ready all exhausted cards. Yeah, we good. Each investigator draws 1 card and gains 1 resource. And then each investigator checks hand size. So we're going to draw a card, and our card is Research Librarian. It is a ally. After Research Librarian enters play, search your deck for a tome asset and add it to your hand to shuffle your deck. When you get attacked, I believe you can send the damage to your ally as opposed to you. So you can kind of use them as sponges. And that puts me at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. What's this card? Oh, okay, 7. That's what I thought was in my hand. Okay, we're good. Don't know how long that was sitting down there. This gets discarded at the end of the round. Discard is going to be off the screen. How about that? That's my hand. I don't know where to put it. My desk is so full right now. Here, I'll put this back up here, and I'll put discard over here. How about that? I guess that's something. Alright. Mythos phase. Place 1 Doom on the agenda. We're at 2 out of 3. It does not advance, and then we draw a card. Yes, I am learning very quickly. I'm smart. And our card this round is Rotting Remains, Revelations. Test willpower 3. For each point you fail by, take 1 horror. Okay, so we're testing revelation, or willpower. Do I have anything I'd like to use? I do! So my willpower currently is 3. We need to beat 3, but each point I fail by, I take 1 horror. I'm going to play Guts to increase this. So that adds... Here, let me hold it up so it focuses. So this is going to add 2 willpower, putting me at a total of 5. And if I succeed, I draw a card. I still have to do the bag, though. The bag is a must whenever you do this. -2. I still beat the 3. So, that means I draw a card. This goes... Guts goes to my discard, which I don't have space for that either. I guess it will be there. I don't have a lot of space. Round 1 might be all we do for a while. I don't take any horror. So that goes discard. Then I draw a card because of that ability. And I got Barricade. I can use it to increase all this, which is very, very nice. I'm trying to hold it nice and center. Attached to your location. Is this supposed to be in this deck? Hold on. Yes. So it can use those type of cards. Okay. I don't believe I've seen this before. That's why I'm really confused. So I attach it to my location. Not only enemies cannot move into the attached location, and when an investigator leaves attached location, discard Barricade. Well, it's unfortunate because I'm getting ready to leave the cellar, so that sucks, but whatever. It's how games work. And I gain a resource. So I'm going to pull my thing again. I'm going to give me a stack of 3 and give myself 1. Alright. Where's my other card? So I do believe we are in the investigation phase now. Yep, so we get 3 actions. I can also draw a card or gain a resource, but I don't feel like I've needed to really do that. I'm going to use 2 actions to go to the attic. 1, 2. This gets discarded. And then we reveal the attic. I am tearing my board up. Jeez. The smell of rotten meat assaults your nostrils as you approach the attic stairs. Forced, after you enter the attic, take 1 horror. Awesome. So we are going to put a horror token. Boop. Focus. There we go. We're going to place that right on my boy over here. I don't know if you can read those numbers, but they are 9 and 5. And I have taken 1 damage of each type. Let me finish reading that, shall we? The bloody carcass of a malformed beast swings from a meat hook chained to the ceiling. Blood drains slowly from the carcass, dripping into a small barrel. There are 2 clues on this location. I gotta keep up with these tokens. There's a lot going on in this game. And I just need one of the clues. Now, I need one of the clues. However, I can get more clues, and they do carry on to further sections of this game. So it is definitely worth getting both of them, and it's only a shroud of 1. I should obviously get that. I don't know who would disagree with me on that one. But I use 2 actions here. I don't think I need the flashlight right now, so I'm going to go ahead and... We're going to go ahead and investigate. Bam! Look at that. +1 for each clue on the location. 3, and that gives me 5, so we pass. That is out of actions, and when the round ends, investigation in the hallway. Oh, I gotta go to the hallway. And I do want that other clue, so we're gonna chill for a moment. Oh, if I lean back really far to where I can't play the game, you can actually see the whole board. That's kind of sick. Maybe if I, like, lean my body over a little more, I could prevent myself from blocking things. So, next, no enemies yet. That's going to change very soon. I need to sit up, though. I got to be able to see the board. So, sorry about the darkness. You know what's going on. I think you can kind of see. I can see it on there. I can read it pretty well looking at my phone. So, upkeep. Reset actions. Flip mini cards. Bam. Ready all exhausted cards. Cool. Draw a card and gains a resource, and discard if needed. So, let's go ahead and give myself a resource. And then let's draw. 0 event. Gain 3 resources. Emergency cash. That's an action to play that, isn't it? Pretty sure it is. Yeah, play an event card. Might come in handy. I don't need it right now, and I can't use it for any skill checks. Sorry, I'm not on camera. So, And we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think that needs to be on screen, but I only have so much desk. Alright. Things get interesting at this very moment. Why? Because we place 1 Doom token on the agenda. 1 Doom token is going to cause this to go, because the next step is it advances if the Doom requirement is met. And it is. So let us advance. Here, I gotta think of a good way to read these. Alright. Your house continues to change before your very eyes. The walls have decayed and the ground in many rooms have turned to dirt. It is almost as if you have been transported somewhere else entirely. I lost my spot. Oh, although every now and again you recognize elements of your former home. The lead investigator must decide. That's me. Each investigator discards 1 card at random from his or her hand, or the lead investigator takes 2 horror. Oh, that's a decision. I am going to discard. How many? 1 card at random. There's a couple cards in here I would like to keep. Honestly, with the amount, I think I'm good on that stuff. My investigation points. So, I hope I discard the flashlight. I don't think I need it anymore. And I'm not going to pay the resources to equip it. So, after doing my little shuffle here while talking, we are going to discard the top. Bottom? Okay, I got my openings of my sleeves confused. Set that down, and our card is Bana Manual Dexterity. That's gonna make running away hard, but hopefully I don't have to do that. I need to set my deck somewhere else. There. Next up, Agenda 2A. The floor beneath you is giving away, and you see a vast network of tunnels twisting into the darkness below. Shapes and silhouettes of strange creatures move swiftly through the tunnels, trying to find a way up. You probably don't want to be here when they do. No. And we got to draw from over here. Our card is a swarm of rats. Does 1 attack, 3 agility, has 1 health. I believe that's what that one is. A horde of cruel rats skitter forth and when you draw it, it goes into your engagement area. So I am engaged with the swarm of rats. That's what this little bar down here is going to be. Oh no, I don't know what that is actually. Maybe it's the level, because there's the health. It's got 1 bit of health. And I know that's the damage it does. It is a hunter, so if I escape from it with an agility check and go to another room, it does move after me and engage with me if needed. So right now it is engaged with me since I drew it. I'm going to have to deal with that, which I don't think will be an issue. Yeah, I'm unsure what that number means. Oh boy. Let me pull out the Learn to Play book. This shouldn't take me too long, I don't think. Is there a combat? Lead investigator, act. I guess I can show this to you guys. All this comes with it, by the way. I highly recommend you buy it. It comes with the 3 acts of the campaign. Where is combat? Enemy evade value is in the middle. Oh wait, no, it's over there. The investigator using this action attacks 1 enemy that is at their location. Makes a combat test against the enemy's fight value. No, that's the health in the middle. Then what's the other stuff? Oh! Okay, it all clicks. Alright, so what happens if you fail the combat check? If you fail the combat check of 1, this is how much damage it does. So it does 1 of that. So some of them can do 2 or in some horror damage or whatever. This is the agility check. This is its health. So its health is 1. Alright, glad I got that figured out, and we're moving on to the investigation phase. I'm going to attack this boy here. Its value is 1. Mine is, I got 4 strength. So, the bag of magic, and we get that again. So that's 5 versus 1. It takes 1 damage and dies. Off to the discard pile it goes. We're going to use our other one to investigate, so we're going to need to magic bag. 0. 3 to 1, we get it. That's 4. For those of you who can't count, let me adjust myself. And I think we'll move to the hallway. That'll be my last action, is to move. When the round ends is when we do this. So the round is still continuing. So enemy phase. Enemies don't attack or do nothing. They're gone. The upkeep phase, we reset our actions. Draw a card. Gain a resource. Our card is another Guts, so that's fun. I will place this in my hand, which is over here. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because I did that discard. Correcto. Now, ladies and gents, ladies and lads, as I always like to say, it is the end of the round. So before going to the Mythos phase, we can move forward with our act. So that will consume 3 of these, leaving us with 1. Game's not that scary when I'm talking through it and all this, but it is very fun. Like, the theming of it I really enjoy, which is one of the big reasons I like it. I enjoy the Lovecraft theme and whatnot. So, our new act card. Using the barrel from the attic, you carry ice and snow from the cellar and hurl it at the barrier. The barrier sparks and shudders as it consumes the ice, then hisses and fades out of existence. The barrier blocking passage into the parlor has vanished. Reveal the parlor. I guess I'll do that in the order that we need to do. No clues. Shroud of 2. Resign action. This is too much for me. You run out of the front door fleeing in panic. Whoa! While Lita Chandler is not controlled by a player, she gains Parlay as an action. So I can parlay, test my intelligence. If I succeed, I take control of Lita Chandler. Put the set-aside Lita Chandler into play in the parlor. Spawn the set-aside Ghoul Priest in the hallway. Does that say I'm... It does not say that I go to the parlor, so... Oh, so we'll go ahead and do that. Where did I set those cards? Lita Chandler and the Ghoul Priest is currently in the hallway. I'm going to have to spread this stuff out. She is in the parlor. Ghoul Priest is upside down. Now let me fix that. Keep everything oriented as it should. So our next card. What have you done? A woman with a torch stands in your parlor, a glimmer of hatred in her eyes. What have you done to my barrier? She screams, furious. Before you can answer, a ghastly wail sounds behind you, and a creature wearing robes and a deer skull mask tears through the wall, advancing towards you. Objective: if the Ghoul Priest is defeated, advance this card. So that is our goal. Boss fight! Woo! And it's got 5 health per detective. So 1 detective, 5 health. And you get 2 victory points. I need to be keeping notes. If you get all the clues in a location, you get those victory points for that location, which you use to upgrade cards. I have extra cards, so I can upgrade to better versions, spending the victory points, kind of like XP. It's an interesting mechanic. This is a very interesting card game. So with that being said, I think I'm in the parlor based on what I'm reading. But at the same time, I don't know, and I need a drink. This has been 48 minutes of talking. I'm drinking a ton of water, which is good for me, so can't complain. And I have a Snapchat, so hold on. Alright, easy peasy. So, we got a boss fight to handle. I don't know... What are the rules? Do I go to the parlor? I think I'm going to stay in the hallway. Technically, I didn't move. It cost me an action, but what can you do, you know? This sucks, actually, because I can draw an enemy right now, because we have to go to the Mythos phase. This game is not over. We are still playing by the rules. So, Doom token does not advance, and then we draw a card. Thank you for not being an enemy. I'm already dealing with the Ghoul Priest. So, attached to your location, limit 1 per location. Attached location gets +2 Shroud. Forced, after attached location is successfully investigated, discard Obscuring Fog. I don't think this matters. It is attached to the hallway. I'm going to do some stuff here. But I don't think that's a big deal. I'm not investigating right now. Even though if I am, I do have to beat 3. It's +2. But whatever. Alright. So now we move on. That's actually the best draw I could have gotten. Not gonna lie. So, investigation phase. I'm going to make a move here with something in my hand. If I can keep my cards oriented correctly. Dynamite Blast is going to be our best friend right now. Choose either your location or a connecting location. Deal 3 damage to each enemy and to each investigator in the chosen location. I don't want to take damage, so I'm going to use an action to move over here. Oh, should I try Parlay? I don't need that card or that card anymore. Or that card. I got 2 actions. This is what I'm doing. I was doing it off camera. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to parlay, and I'm going to play this for an intelligence, this, and this. Fun fact, if you're playing co-op, if someone else is doing a skill check, you can play your own cards to boost their stats. So that co-op element's kind of cool. So I have 3 intelligence, and we are adding 4, 5, 6. So I got 6 total, and I gotta beat 4. I can still lose. 6 versus 4. 5 versus 4. So I win. I get to control Lita Chandler, which is going to give us the best ending possible. And these are going to go to the discard. So Lita is mine. She immediately gets attached to me, I believe. What's it say? It says take control. So I'm assuming she's going to be my ally. She is an ally card. 3 and 3. And she can be exhausted when an investigator at your location successfully attacks a monster enemy. That investigator deals +1 damage. While you control Lita Chandler, she gains each investigator at your location gets +1 strength. That's awesome, and she is mine, baby. However, we're gonna pay 1, 2, or 3, 4, 5 to play Dynamite Blast. Let me put these off to the side. And I'm going to throw it into the hallway. So that's going to deal 3 damage. And I'm going to exhaust Lita Chandler to when I successfully attack. I'm assuming this counts as an attack. That might be a ruling issue. I'm going to count it as an attack on the monster. So I'm going to add that +1 damage since I am playing a card to attack. Although it couldn't mean beating the attack value, but I'm not going to look up the rules, and we're just going to play house rules. I can do it however I want. So that's gone. Mr. Monster Man takes 4 damage from that. So, bam. And bam. So he has 1 health left. And that was my last action because I moved, parlay, then attacked. So, bam. Okay. So, enemy phase. We actually have an enemy phase this time. Enemies with the hunter keyword move toward the nearest investigator. Hunter, retaliate, and prey. Prey means who it hunts. It hunts the highest strength. I'm the only detective, so it's me either way. It moves. However, it does not engage. I think moving, so if it moved while it was here and we were already in the same room, then it would be engaged with me and it goes into my combat area. It just moved, it's not engaged, so it doesn't attack right now. That is how I play the game. If the ruling is wrong, leave it in the comments. I'll look at the rule book and confirm, and I'm happy to change how I play. This is just how I do it. It logically makes sense to me. So, we move to upkeep. We do this, we draw dodge, which is going to be very useful, I would think. Play when an enemy attacks an investigator location, cancel that attack. And then we also get a resource. Ta-da! Alright, so I got 3 resources. Low on damage. We're doing good. However, we do go to the Mythos face. So we add a Doom. A Doom token is attached. Does not progress, and we draw. I hope it's not an enemy, but it really very well may be. I'm getting super lucky. So, Rotting Remains, Revelation, Test. Alright, we've had this one before. So, we're going to have to do an intelligence test. I don't have anything to help me here. I don't think. Oh, I do. I got another Guts. We'll definitely use that and give me another 2. So we'll use Guts, and if I succeed, I draw a card. So my intelligence is at 5. I have to beat 3. Bag, help me out. Give me something good. Oh, that sucks. So we got the Skull. So the Skull has to do with our difficulty card over here. So let's pull it up for the Gathering. The Skull is -X, where X is the number of ghoul enemies at your location. Ghoul Priest is in fact a ghoul type, has it right there. So -1, so 4 beating 3, I still win. I play Guts. I have no idea where I set the card. Oh, I put it in the top right corner. It's very late right now. It is currently 12:06 a.m. So, sleepy. So, Guts is out. We won. We draw a card. Guard Dog, another ally, but you can only have one ally, so that's not going to be useful. Well, I say not going to be useful. I can use it to get a strength. Also, I need to be showing these card arts. The card art in this game is wonderful. Absolutely love it. So, that went well, and now it is my turn, and I got 3 actions. I forgot what Retaliate does, and let me look up what Retaliate does. I believe that's if I fail the check, then it deals damage to me either way. Like, back to me, since it's not happy with me. Each time an investigator fails a skill test while attacking a ready enemy with the Retaliate keyword, after applying all results for that skill test, that enemy performs an attack against the attacking investigator. An enemy does not exhaust after performing a retaliatory attack. Okay. So it attacks either way. I can't remember if when it attacks you have to do a skill check for the enemy, but I've always just took the damage straight up if it attacks, so just avoid attacks altogether if you can. With that being said, is using an action fight or engage? Engaging is an action, so to fight it, this is gone, by the way. I didn't discard that. I have to engage with the Ghoul Priest, so it is currently engaged with me. That is one action. Action 2 is going to be an attack. So because I control Lita Chandler, I get +1 strength, putting me at 5. And then I'm going to play this to give me another one, which will be 6. And that's it. So 6 versus 4 on the Ghoul Priest. Also, I don't know if I showed the art for the Ghoul Priest. Let me get him up there. Look at that boy. Looking good. Alright. If I do this, he dies, we move on, we're good to go. What am I at? 1, 6. And I just need to do 1 damage, but I'm also dealing an extra damage anyway, not that it matters. But, ladies and gents, I have pulled that. So let's bring up our difficulty card and see what that is. Hey, no. Advertisement's playing, hold on. You guys are already reading this. I actually think this video ended. It was only an hour long. It did. I don't even know if you can hear the music in the background anyway. I have not tested this at all. I'm just going to hit restart on it. Don't you dare play another ad. Okay. -1 if you fail, take 1 horror. Well, luckily for me, I'm at 6, brings it down to a 5, and all I had to beat was a 4. So, ladies and gentlemen, this gets discarded. She's not exhausted, which is good, I guess. Ghoul Priest is dead, and that's going to give me 2 victory points. I hit my rule book. Almost fell on the floor. Bam! Ghoul Priest is dead. We had dealt 5 damage to it. And I do have another action, but if the Ghoul Priest is defeated, we advance anyway. So I could have just used another action. I probably would have took some damage from Retaliate. And that's assuming if you guys wanted to count it as something else. Well, I dealt 2 damage to him anyway. Whatever. So, advance. When the robed creature falls, the fiendish swarm burrows back into the ground, and the chaos of the house quiets, but the stranger in your parlor doesn't seem relieved. You broke my seal that was set to trap the ghouls within, she raised her torch. Now we must take more direct measures and burn this hell pit to the ground. The lead investigator must decide. It was never much of a home, burn it down. This hell pit is my home. No way we're burning it down. We're burning it down. When demons take over like that, I'm sorry, you gotta burn the thing down. But with that, our acts are done. Game's over. We are done. Now I get to read the ending out of the book, if I could find it. It was this one, I'm pretty sure. There's 3 different books here. Crap, what ending did it say? R1, we're burning it down. And then I gotta take notes for the next round that I set up. Alright, so ending R1. You nod and allow the red-haired woman to set the walls and floor of your house ablaze. The fire spreads quickly, and you run out the front door to avoid being caught in the inferno. From the sidewalk, you watch as everything you owned is consumed by flames. Come with me, the woman says. You must be told of the threat that lurks below. Alone, we are surely doomed, but together, we can stop it. And then it says in your campaign log, record that your house is burned to the ground. Lead investigator earns the lead enchantler card and may include it in his or her deck. The card does not count towards the investigator's deck size. The lead investigator suffers 1 mental trauma from watching his or her home become a smoldering ruin. So that means at the start of next game, everything heals except 1 mental trauma, which would be the horror or whatever. So I start the next round with 1 damage to that already. And each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. Remember to add eligible locations to the victory display. Each investigator earns 2 bonus experience as he or she gains insight into the hidden world of the Mythos. And that is resolution 1. And that is it. Then it goes into part 2. So ladies and gentlemen, we are done. And I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 victory points. I'm going to do a lot of upgrading and the setup off camera for next part. But I also get to carry this on, I'm pretty sure. So that will be handy, I'm sure. With that being said, though, thank you all for watching. This is a new sort of thing for me. I love card games, always have, and I got this little mount for my phone, and eventually I'll upgrade and get better, but hopefully you like this new format. Let me know in the comments below. And with that being said, it's a great way to start off October with a nice little horror game. But anyway, enough rambling on. Sorry for the dark shadows over here. Hopefully you still enjoyed and can see everything. And with that, I'm gonna head on out. Thank you all for watching.